Next matter before this board tonight will be application Z11-12, 45 Cherry Street, and 47-51 Cherry Street.
Good evening. Joseph Harrell from law firm Hale & Hale on behalf of the applicant, Community Access Unlimited Incorporated. The application before you concerns the property of 45-51 Cherry Street. And just for some background, as this board is aware, Community Access presented its application at your August 23rd hearing. During the course of its presentation, it was confronted with various questions and issues raised by some of the commissioners, as well as harbor consultants, made a number of recommendations. Community Access decided to table their application that evening and carried it to this evening. In the interim period, Community Access and its professionals have worked diligently to revise those plans, to incorporate the recommendations of harbor consultants and board members, as well as address the concerns raised in August. On September 28, 2012, I forwarded a letter from my office advising the board that our firm would now be representing Community Access Unlimited, and with that letter, I submitted the additional sets of the revised plans that we have before you this evening, which we feel incorporate the issues and address the issues and incorporate the recommendations of this board. I received an updated review letter from Harbor Consultants dated October 9, 2012, and we are prepared this evening to not only highlight the improvements of the project, but also address the revised Harbor letter dated October 9, 2012. Before I call the project architect, Mr. Guerra, I would just like to note the significant changes that were made in this project. As you're all aware, Community Access Unlimited is an organization that provides housing to people with disabilities throughout the city of Elizabeth and the county union. This proposal, the original proposal, was for 18 units. It was a 4-story building. In the interim, the revisions that you'll hear this evening involve a reduction to 12 units. So the building's been scaled back from a 4-story building to a 3-story building. The number of units has been reduced from 18 to 12, and a significant number of variances have been eliminated. And I'll let Mr. Guerra go into detail regarding those variances that we've now eliminated. I would note that one of the most significant variances is the open space. We do now comply with your open space requirements. As a matter of fact, we provide double of what the ordinance suggests for open space for this project, and that was achieved through the reduction in the size of the building. That's an overview of the application and the revisions. If there's any preliminary questions, I can entertain. Otherwise, I'd like to call Mr. Guerra back, recall Mr. Guerra to explain the changes in more detail.
So you're not doing this application from the start, you're continuing it so that only, I just want to remind all the members of the board that only those that were here in August, that heard the beginning part of this, and maybe we can take a show of hands so we see if we have enough people. I don't know who was here in August to make sure that only those who vote.
Community access, Cherry Street.
6, okay, we got 6.
We're ready.
Okay. Thank you. Just want to make
Thank,
sure.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Mr. Ware, you were sworn and qualified at the August 23rd hearing, and there's no like to remind you you're still under oath. I've just given the board a brief overview of the changes. Can you explain in a little bit more detail the significant revisions that your team has gone through in preparation for this evening?
Yes, the properties on Cherry and Murray Street. The previous application had a building that was a rectangular building. Essentially, it was along the length of Murray Street. The revised building has reduced the number of units from 18 to 12 and set the building to the rear of the property. So the parking, the entrance to the parking is from Cherry, and all the parking is in front of the building, and all of it is entered and exit from Cherry Street. The previous application had some cars Murray Street, back north of Murray Street, eliminated those. Some of the parking was under the building, there's no parking under the building. We've increased the parking now from 29 per unit to 1.5. There's 6 one-bedroom units in the project, and 6 two-bedroom. The way the parking lot is laid out, on that side, stainless spaces, on the next side, standing spaces. The previous application, we had 1 handicap spot, now we have 1 handicap parking space. Now we have 4 handicap parking spaces. In the lower level of the building, we introduced a tenant multi-purpose room, a laundry area, and these areas were serviced by the elevator because of the elevator, because of the clientele of the building. So the whole building is handicap accessible. The site, there was a side triangle variance on the previous application, that's been eliminated. Open space has been widened, in fact, doubled. The number of yard variances have come to half, more than half. I can go through the first page of the yard, which is G000, listed variances. I'll go through them very quickly. This is basically it's an R4 area, multi-family. And we're here before the board because we do not meet Schedule 3, which is the yards have to be 3/4 of the building height. Before, essentially all the full variances were a variance, now it's only 2. On the yards, the lot depth is an existing condition. You're looking at it from Cherry Street. The parking, we're still requesting the variance, but we honestly, because of reducing the number of units, the parking lot, the number of parking lots is more in line with the number of units now. The number of cars is more in line with the number of units. We reduced from 18 to 12, and the number of cars on the site is essentially the same as the past.
It's a better ratio than you were.
Yes, it's a higher ratio. We had 1.4, now we have 1.5. That's a quick overview of the zoning regulation. I've looked at the Harbor letter. Basically, we concur with everything in the Harbor letter. It's only been one time, I'd just like to comment on in terms of the location of the refuse area. The way it's located in the site plan, you can go down to the lower level of the building, and there's a corridor that takes into the immediate city outside. Originally, we had a refuse area adjacent to that door at the lower level. But as a site engineer working on the project, steep. So we slid the reference area down Murray Street a little bit, so that we could ease that ramp and go up to Murray Street. That was the only reason that it's there, and we requested not to move closer to the door, because it makes the ramp too steep. So that's the only time we had one problem, otherwise we could curb the wall.
I have no further questions, Mr. Guerrero.
Commissioners, any questions for the architect? Commissioner Gonzalez?
Mr. Guerrero, I have a question. First of all, I'd like to say that it's a drastic improvement from our last meeting. Majorly drastic. The concern I have, and more of a question, or maybe if there is an alternative, is there the parking layout that you have presently, tandem parking, is that wise for this situation, for this type of building?
Actually, when we look at most of the clientele in this building, most of the clientele in the building might not even have a car. But we understand that there's possibilities, you know, that there might be some market rate, and they would. But I think in light of the nature of the people that will be living here, the community access services, some of this parking will actually be empty.
Okay, I tend to agree with you. I probably agree that most of the tenants might not have a car. But how would you manage tandem parking?
Well, typically, the reason we broke it up the way we did, the single on one side and doubles on the other. The singles would be for the one-bedroom apartments, and the doubles for the two-bedrooms. So, like most homes, we have two in the garage, two outside. So, if there was a husband and wife, they each had a car. One would, if the inside car had moved, obviously we'd have to back up the other car.
So they'd be allocated per unit.
No, I tend to understand that sometimes that's realistic, and not only that, you don't have the ratio of 1 to 5. But I do agree that probably most of those apartments don't have cars. It's just an awkward situation having tandem parking, and especially for a disability type of project. You know, you tend to want to do is give them the most possible, not sort of close them in. It's an awkward situation. But once again, I want to go back and rephrase that drastic improvement in this plan versus August plan.
Commissioners? Any questions? I do have a question. On page, engineering. It shows the tandem spots on the right-hand side of this drawing. Is there anything at the end of each one of these parking lot spots that would prevent somebody from going, you know what, I don't want to wake up my wife, I'm just going to drive right off the sidewalk?
They could both stops and curves, and everything's, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Guerrero. The only other witness I intended on calling this evening was to recall the planner, since this is a conditional use variance and he provided testimony on August 23rd. I think it's important that he provides some supplemental testimony in light of the plan changes. Sure. Yes. And Mr. Watson, you're still on your oath.
Sure. James Watson, EKA Associates, 328 Park Avenue. 328 Park Avenue, Scotch, New Jersey.
Mr. Watson, as the project planner, had an opportunity to review the revised plans in great detail, is that correct?
Correct.
Can you provide briefly, I know you previously provided extensive planning testimony in support of community access and the conditional use variance. Can you, just as a planner, give your opinion as to the significance of these changes? Give your opinion as to the significance of these changes to this project.
Sure. Briefly, without going through the whole testimony again, the arguments for this application as it stands now are the same as the last time we were here. I believe we comply with the purposes of zoning E, I, M, and more importantly, K, which is currently beneficial. In addition to that, I believe we comply with master plan goals for the housing plan element of your master plan objectives, 2, 4, and 5, I think we cover in this application. And we see 2 variances associated with this. The arguments are still the same as the current testimony of Mr. Blanchard. The need for parking is much less with this use because of the people that are going to be living there. In addition, sightlines are enhanced. We have signalized intersections at both ends of the block, so parking and sight distances are applied.
So eliminating that previous variance for some visibility, you find that a significant safety improvement?
It's very significant, and in addition, we took the recommendations of the board of commissioners and went back and made revisions to satisfy their needs as well.
Both Mr. Guerra and myself highlighted the increase in open space as a professional planner for a multifamily project providing double what the city requires for open space. Do you find that to be a benefit?
That's a big benefit. In addition to that, you're taking 2 building lots, you're consolidating them into one, thereby eliminating another opportunity to have 2 buildings, consolidating lots at one building with a less dense use than what you have with 2 lots.
I have no further questions for Mr. Watson.
Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Watson? Seeing none.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Watson. I have no further witnesses, Chairman.
Are there any members of the audience that wish to come up and testify for or against this application? Please step forward one at a time. Seeing none. Commissioners? Any comments? Please.
Mr. Chairman, without repeating myself, I just want to say is the application in my eyes today is a lot better. Seen, without repeating myself, the application tonight is a lot better in my eyes than last month or 2 months ago. So I will be voting in favor of this application.
I would say, good mention your comment.
Not that we much approved the application, and I think I will say it now.
Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner McCollum. Is there a second?
Second.
Sorry? Which one?
Anyway,
Commissioner, second by Commissioner Dixon. Madam Secretary?
Commissioner Fernandez? Aye. Commissioner Gonzalez?
Aye.
Reverend Dixon?
aye.
Commissioner Khanna? Aye. Commissioner Gonzalez? Aye. Chairman Evans?
Aye. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.